Okay, goes without saying, tough couple days for everybody, and my thoughts, my prayers, our team's thoughts, our team's prayers are with Damar and his family, and his family, his football family, and Coach McDermott, Coach Frazier, his teammates. Just thinking about all those guys. So, sending our best wishes, sending our prayers to them, because that's what we can do right now. So it's. Our players are all processing. I think all of us are in different ways. We have people here for them should they need anybody to talk to. But again, tough times for this young man, and we're obviously pulling for him. With that, got to transition to doing our job, and our job this week is playing on the road at a good football team. Well coached, bunch of good players, team we know well, division opponent, all that. So we know we have our work cut out for us. So that's what this week is about, having our best work week, and that's where our focus is. And with that, I'll take any questions.
Kevin, how do you kind of balance turning the page to football, but also letting guys process
it's
kind
hard.
of their feelings on this?
I don't know that there's a right answer to that, Dan. I think giving guys space, giving guys a forum, giving them an opportunity, and letting them know that there are people that will listen, including me and whomever else, professionals. But we also are here to work.
Have you talked to either of the coaches from the Monday night game?
I have not.
And I would assume watching that game, do you put yourself in that spot and think how you would have handled such a?
I think all of us do, and I'm not surprised that Zach and Sean were how they were. Those are two unbelievable people. I mentioned Coach Frazier is there as a defense coordinator. I saw Leslie, in this. So, yeah, I mean that's who those guys are.
Were you watching live, Kevin?
I was not.
Kevin, have any of your players said they're not sure if they're ready to practice or play this week?
No.
I know the guys said you talked to the team. Did you have like an open discussion?
Yeah, I've talked individually to a bunch of guys. I, of course, open it up to anybody who wants to talk. But I think biggest thing is making sure that there are professionals here. We're blessed to have people here every single day. So we have the resources here.
What was your overarching message to your guys when you opened with them?
Yeah, again, Mary Kay, I think it's everybody processes this a little bit differently. Everything about this is just praying for this young man and for his family. That's what we can do. That's what we are doing.
Towards the resources available, I guess how important was it for you guys to kind of quickly get that in place so that there are people here in the building for them?
We let the guys know that the days are running. But, yeah, we let them know very early on that there were people that were available.
Do you feel like you have to check in with your players just throughout this week as this situation unfolds? Because you said everyone deals with things differently. Maybe one player wants to deal with it on his own. Maybe there's groups that want to talk about it.
Yeah, I think it's to your point, it's just being available. They know where my office is. They know their coaches are here for them. I think the entire NFL world is processing and working through this, all of sports, all of us, I'm sure. So just being available.
How do you deal with the sobering reality with your players this week of just that reminder to them of how vulnerable they are and how this is such a dangerous thing they're doing?
Yeah. I think it's hard because I don't want to get specific to this situation. I want to be respectful of this situation. But, again, our players, they know how I feel about them and how they battle.
What's it been like from your guys' perspective, like seeing the outpouring of support, like not only from across the league, but that his GoFundMe has now raised over like $6 million?
Yeah, I mean, it's the human spirit. I think it's a great reminder of that. You don't need to hear it from me. Obviously, there's plenty of people that have spoken about this and eloquently, but it's impressive to watch.
Have such a tough conversation with your team, but then at the same time you flip the switch and have to be like, hey, here's our game plan for this weekend.
Yeah, well, again, I don't know that there's a right way to do all of that. first and foremost, you just are respectful of the situation. Every single one of us is thinking about this young man and his family. And then we're also going to do our job, and doesn't mean we're going to stop thinking about that.
You talked about viewing it through the lens of a coach, but have you viewed it also through a lens as a father? Imagine,
Yeah.
that kind of.
Yeah, it's hard. And, we should not need, I just think perspective is a thing that we all need in our lives.
Have you made any changes to the work week, schedule-wise?
We're doing exactly what we did last week, so no.
Is there any uncertainty about whether there will be a game on Sunday?
I don't, no one's told me that, Scott, so I'm sure the appropriate people discuss those things, but I expect to play Sunday.
You talked about the human spirit, and Ashley mentioned it, but one of the big topics has been NFL Brotherhood and how this league has really banded together. What does that mean for you as a coach and what it looks like for the Browns?
Yeah, I mean, I've certainly seen that, and these guys, they spend a lot of time together. It's it's the blood, sweat, tears. It's all of that. So it's a very close. This locker room's very close, and then across the locker rooms, the NFL, they really do a great job. The players of banding together and sharing with each other and making sure that you have the support of the entire league.
You think that once you get through today, that practice will probably be normal as far as the way it's laid out. But you think once you get through today, things will get more back to.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think our focus, again, Jeff, is on the personal aspect of this young man who's battling and his family, and then, we'll worry about today.
For Pickett, outside of the Baltimore game that he got knocked out of, they've won the 4 straight that he's been in, and he's had a QBR over 80 in all 4. Just what have you seen as a quarterback that is playing his best football? Probably?
Yeah, very good young player, athletic, can make all the throws, has played well in big moments. They're a little bit different than the last time we played him because he's just a little bit different, but really, really good young player.
Pre-practice injury report, probably DMP today. Just where are they at? What are your expectations for later this week as far as holding make?
Yeah, we'll see. Not ruling either one out. We'll see how the week goes. Hard to say.
What happened when he's trying to take on that block?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Najee Harris, they seem to be just hammering the ball of late. Does Reggie Ragland give you a little more comfort having size in the middle of this defense?
Yeah, I think, as you see, Tony, Reggie does bring that element to the game. I mean, you saw it on display this past Sunday. He's a physical football player. We know when you're playing the Steelers, it's a physical football game. They do a nice job in their run game, big physical running backs, a varied scheme. So you expect that you're going to have to play a very physical 60-minute game.
I know this is something to evaluate after the season, but Ragland is so much bigger than any other linebacker you have. Will it cause you to rethink the makeup of that position group?
Yeah, to your point, yes, those are all things that you'd think about after the season, but I'll tell you, Reggie's brought a good, spirit to the locker room, having him around the building. So I think he's a good football player, excited to have him, but also nice to have a veteran, a guy who's kind of been around and seen different things. So he's fit in very well with our locker room.
5 and 6. Just when you watch them on film, what makes them so resilient as a team?
They've done a nice job. They play good complementary football. Just looking at them across the board offensively, I think they're playing really well. I think the young quarterback's doing a nice job. They have playmakers on the perimeter, tight ends, running backs, you name it. Defensively, Watt is back, and he looks the same to me. He's affecting games. So I have a ton of respect for what they do from a schematic standpoint. Good football players. So it's going to take a complete game to try and win this one.